Things will start off with quick pace, a bombardment towards the A site, and it's all coming up Saw.
Yeah, those Julies did absolutely nothing to stop the push, and now QB and Afro, with so much history on the line in this best of three, gonna try and thwart a 2-on-5 post plant. The Molotov may singe and burn away Roman, who survives on 16 HP, but it feels like the damage has already been done into this round, Jackie. How can Afro and QB realistically get back on this site with no nades, no kits, nothing to play with?
And Saw have no reason to give them an inch, an opportunity back into the round. They can play off each other perfectly here. Roman's waiting with the dualies. There's a face from Aros Dose. He'll be first to fall. Afro, he's got to snipe his way through a couple more of them. And they are peeking in. They're giving a couple of 1v1s up for free. Ammunition's running low, and this has gone from impossible to something that could come their way.
Unfortunately, no time left on the clock. Attempts. Unfortunately, they just didn't have the tools at their disposal to make it work in the end. And this is really it. A fast ramp take. The Julie's doing absolutely nothing. And Afro and QB getting their eye in, getting some kills, some headshots. Good for the confidence, but not great in terms.
A little bit of utility thrown out as well to keep them towards the A site. The smokes go down to block off the vision, and Body spams a few shots out.
Body's taking a peppering from Mollies and HEs, but can hold into position. And Story had his eyes trained on that very angle. Grenades are good for the damage, but not able to deny the bomb plant. Aradose immediately afterwards will pay for that plant with his life. Now, Ujerk's one of the players that you really need to be looking at if you're on the Portuguese side of things to perform in this series. Has been consistently their best player in the course of this tournament, but it's QB that stands up, delivers with two. Story and Muterus both sent packing, leaving Ujerk's all alone, and he's not going to have the ability to deny the defuse, allowing Fnatic to bounce straight back in with their first round.
And that head-to-head that already we've highlighted there, that's going to be something we'll be keeping our eyes on over the course of this matchup. Ujerk's the defensive player, passive, reliable. Matty's very aggressive and explosive. The contrast between the two of them, Molotov primed. Oh, it's an awkward fight. Either one of them trying to recoil, but Matty's slain by Story and he doubles up for two.
Oh, that's a bit of a flub, honestly, for Fnatic. A bit too overzealous on that re-peek. Fair enough, if Matty's goes down, there's no reason for Body to follow him. The Story is low. Afro holds the line for a few more moments, and although there's a ton of smokes, they're trying to buy time for QB's flank. He's making inroads around the back of ramp, but his flank is only as powerful as the foundation in which he can spring off, and so far that's starting to fall and subside. They now can focus their attention down on the ramp, and he needs his teammate to move in. He needs Crims to start to have some impact, pushing onto the site. Has a smoke and a kit as well. But unbeknownst to Crims, no one's on gap as it stands. He's down on the scaffolding. QB has now dethroned Story, but Aradose may fall. Crims has taken the kill in return, has the kit, may very well have the time for the defuse on the full stick, and indeed he shall. Fnatic get it done.
Dose, Sweet Rice himself, almost sleeping at the wheel slightly towards the end. Crims will capitalize. So a tight affair, 2-2 already. The game's going back and forth. The focus towards the A site from Saw's working for him to be able to at least take control, get bomb plants, guarantee themselves some cash. And
open the hands of Afro, and more importantly, Body is shut down the first. HE behind it, going to be banking off the wall, doing a bit more damage, and Body is going to thwart this push as he pushes Ujerk's down into the dirt. But Story's made up moves. He's got himself into a bit of an awkward position. He's also shut down. That goes down with him.
All the focus is now on ramp. Story picking up another one as Body goes down. QB, does he have a masterclass round in him? Two of the frags. But that's it. That's where it ends. The book on coming. Heads up play as well from Aros Dose, defending the rear. Obviously, those flanks we've seen have already been a bit of an issue for them. So controlling it on that of QB, he charges out, hoping he'll get the pick onto the B player. But Aros Dose has already marauded his way into the site, and he's pushing up close. If they don't expect this, he could be a linchpin in the round. Crims cleans up on the first bit of spam into the back, but does shut down Aros. And now you're on the site in the 1v1. He's looking for the adjustment. Molotov thrown across. He's seen the head, knows where Muterus is, and he's tucked him round the back, trying to bait the peek. The AK bullets whizzing on by. Time beginning to tick though, and the win condition is all on Crims. He cannot find the shot. Mutiris just has to hold.
Oh, the swing from Mutiris back into an eco. Beginning to believe there for Crims though, man. He's been around so many times in those clutch situations. And he did have a bunch of shots towards Mutiris. I mean, a couple of times he lined up for the headshot, but it was too little too late is where this bomb site will eventually come down. And Roman snatches the life of Afro away, tries to rotate in to find information. Now, Body has that valuable intel, but what can he do with it? A post plant will be forthcoming. Smoke in his hands, but no kit to play with. And Story's making moves off the side already. They both on the side. There's blinded to Body's current position, and he goes for the slow peaks.
Well, they've set focus on rotating back round towards the A site, but Time, well, that's an additional man on the server at this point in favor of Fnatic. There's only 34 seconds left. Matties, he's good on these positions, creeps his way in and slices his way through to Story. He's had a great game, but he's got to go absolutely inhuman in a spot like this. Hits the head, the Deagle comes out, and he shuts down Body. 19 seconds remain.
1 HP as well. 1 HP separating him and his demise. And Crims on the lurk, on the flank. 1 bullet will seal the deal for this one as he missed his chance. No, Crims spoils the party, shuts down what would have...
Awful lot of experience, great brain when it comes to Counter-Strike, as they bounce their ideas off each other. Much needed round though. It'll help the Fnatic out a lot on their CT side.
It's when he switches to the Deagle and lands that one.
I know, man.
So you take this shot, bang, Deagle, see you later. But Crims again, man, he's been consistently, you can stick around. And our Body very aggressively pushing up ramp. Is no one gonna check sandbags? No one checks it, and New Jokes puts them down with a 4K. Still yet to join his teammate, needs a few more seconds to get in there. There's no HEs or incendiaries here available for the CTs, and with the 2 Molotovs planted into position, they block each other. Matties gets blocked by his teammate of Afro, who on 6 HP now has 8 seconds to try and clutch this one. Going for the full-on plant, Mutiris thinks it may be a fake. And now he can use that smoke as a shroud, as a defense mechanism, but Mutiris, he's been here too many times. He's not falling for that. 10-5 will be the score. There was Matties on your screen for a couple of moments as well. He has slowed down just a tad since that first half, Jackie, and that could also be a bit of a problem. Was going his way for the most part. He had a very solid effort in this round, got blocked by his teammate. I think maybe a bit of lapse of communication. He was checking behind him, maybe playing anti-flash. Should be the call to get aggressive now from Fnatic, but they have nothing to proceed this push with. Flashes and smokes are going out way too late. The damage has already been done. And it's a shooting gallery now for Story. 22 kills for the Portuguese sniper, and Aradose cleans up the...
Carrying on from the incredible form that he had to open up the game as well. Back on the T side, he was finding entries, finding space for the team. Now he's putting the foot down, 6 shots as well. They look so good right now, Vince.
This entire map could be over, and then they're 1 map away from having their dreams ruined. Mutiris with 1, the spray is good from Ujux again, and the weakened Fnatic players run into the slaughter. Saw into this boost. Ujux with 1 gets flashed out of position, but there's already 4 players. And Matty's caught between multiple angles to even get a headshot and a kill out of that is impressive by itself. But it's not going to change the tide of how this round is coming down, and it will favor Saw.
The bomb still waits outside of Monster, but Afro makes his move into A. Oh, blind and blown to bits by Ujux. Supported by the flashbang of Roman. Body finally going in. This was the real play. A late move into B, guarantee the bomb plant at worst. 2 versus 4 on the retake. It's got to be something incredible from both Crims and Body.
Crims takes 1 shot out, gives his position away, but he's trying to draw fire away from Body. Body can't get anything though. And although a weakened Ujux is finished off in the heavens, Crims...
Hands exactly how quick he can spam out those bullets. Great from range, great up close. And the play was masterclass. They exactly understood what they needed to do to counter the pistol round from Fnatic. The opening shot even, you think about how quick that was, right? They run into the bomb site.
He's required to go in for the flank. But a straightforward pick on the side of Story with a perfect flashbang in the eyes of QB will seal the deal for this round. Surely there's no way forward. Afro shut down from the back.
One wants to guarantee this team the reverse sweep throughout the RMR, make their moves all the way to the Pgl Major in Copenhagen, the first CS2 Major, and the first time that we'll see a full Portuguese roster in attendance.
Having a laugh, a joke around, but maybe that smile's going to be turned into a grimace now from Crims, as he's bagged himself one, but Roman is keeping his position on long alive. And as long as he survives, it's going to keep the T's caught in a few different minds.
Oh, back's turned as well. He tried to take the peek, see if he can hit the shot. Body now knows about his position, but that's the bomb. Drop round towards longside, they keep peeking back into it, and it is just frags.
Hey, yes, you're having a good time, the confidence is high, that's amazing. But don't let that interfere with your focus. Don't let that interfere with your determination. Because you're 6-0, it's a phenomenal position to be in, but many times have we seen a team, we're gonna go out on our shield. Entry needed to come through. Aradose gets the frag, smoke down, should allow him safe passage to the back of the site, but he's going to hold in position. That's where the confidence comes through, but it may be a little bit too much. A trade of two players back-to-back puts Fnatic in the advantage.
And what was a large lead has quickly started to fall away. It looked like maybe a round where they had got the number, and Saw were going to be deflected from the retake. Instead now, you outnumber them. Uterus is on the flank as well. Afro, he's got a suspicion about this. Watches the back through Monster, but a bit paranoid about where they're pushing from. So many angles to cover. They double up, play off one another. Looking back round towards short now. Uterus with the timing, finds the face onto Body. Rips his head off his shoulders. Afro swings back on Monster, hits the first shot. There's the follow-up frag. Zoojerks is done, but he's open from short, and that's Roman's domain. Walks in and a missed shot spells a loss.
It's been, and this is Fnatic, a team that dominated the early stages of CSGO. They won the very first major back in DreamHack Winter of 2013. And we're a big part of those first.
Get something. You can't limp your way through this with nothing under the belt. They don't clear towards Zoojerks. He moves his way back around, setting up to look for a second, but is popped off by Afro.
Aradose now caught in a bit of an awkward spot, but comes out, knows he has to kill his way into success, into liberty and Muter. Fnatic, a part of me wants to see them win this round just so they get something out of this half.
You have to. You've got to grasp onto it. With 20 seconds left and a quick rotation back towards B, they might be blown away. Aradose is holding it, he's got support. The first frag comes in, quick trades back, but it's all going wrong. Afro, he's miles out of position, trying to develop a flank, but with just 8 seconds on the timer, Saw, they are inches away from cleanly taking the half and just needing one round. A pistol is all that they need.
And meanwhile, it has to be the one in the air for Fnatic, one round at a time. You have to somehow put the 12-0 first half into the back of your mind and focus on each round. They're going to have a huge shift of their fortunes.
First contact towards Connector. It gives the information, but it's a one-for-one trade. Uterus trying to battle back. They're being swung on from all angles, and finally it's coming up. Fnatic. Aradose waits back towards the toilets. Body's got it covered. It's a 1v1 on this. He should have info on the peak. Swings into it. One head lopped off. Waits for the fight back. They're attempting to explode back in favor.
They still have Story, Zoojerks, and Roman to fend off.
And this triple threat, they can do a lot. Story with the golden AK. He has been shining so bright in this series, but he will fall to Crims. Crims slowing down the play as well, uses the smoke to isolate them. They're giving up the one-for-ones, and Zoojerks with such little HP, being pushed from all positions, and Body connects. They don't get knocked off by the flashes. If they don't spot Uterus, already taking a lot of space away, and the Molotovs are down towards the toxic barrels. We'll see the first man fall. Matty's only good for one on the trade. Aradose spamming in the smoke, knows the location of another player, and with the HE going in, Crims, his chance is blown away from him. It's down to Body and Afro in a 2 versus 3 now.
Their survival in this game, to deny Saw their dream of making it across to the Copenhagen Major. And although Body is spraying a perfect circle around, he's not going to be able to deny the bomb plant. Story's already got that one down. and both players are healthy. It's all coming down to body. The brains needs to somehow figure out a way to clutch this and keep Fnatic in this game. And Saw are playing their positions very well, forcing out his attention towards the water, and that's allowing the monster player to come in, but Saw